we are moving on to Unit 7, Law of Sines. We're also going to do Law of Cosines. This unit's pretty neat because all the triangles we've worked with so far, so when you use Pythagorean theorem, when we use SOHCAHTOA, do you guys remember what type of triangle we needed for that? We needed a right triangle. So the law of cosines and the law of sines lets us find missing sides and missing angles in non-right triangles. So it's non-right triangle trig, which actually opens up a whole lot more for us because you will find non-right triangle trigs more in the real world than you will a right triangle. Okay, so we start with a triangle. The angles are capital letters A, B, and C, and that is important. Okay, so capital letters or uppercase letters equals sides, or sorry, angles. And lowercase letters equals sides. And the sides are going to be directly across from the angle. So if this is angle A, the side across from it, or the side that doesn't touch it, is going to be side A. The side that doesn't touch angle C will be side C, lowercase. The side that doesn't touch angle B will be lowercase b. Okay? So whether they are capital or lowercase does matter. I know it seems like a small thing, but we want to keep it consistent. And our capital letters go inside the triangle. There are angles, and the lowercase letters are the sides. So this is useful. When you have angle, angle, side, and side, side, angle. So the law of sines and the law of cosines are relatively easy formulas to use on their own, but when we put everything together and we want to find all the missing sides and missing angles, we need to know what type of triangle it is first, and that will tell us whether I have to use law of sines first or I have to use law of cosines. Okay? So here is the actual law. Sine of A over side A is proportional to sine of B over side B, which is proportional to sine of C over side C. Okay, so if we take sine of any of the angles and put it over the side across from it, it's all proportional to another angle over the side across from it. Okay, so let's look at an example. Example 1, I need to find side C. Okay, so if I'm trying to find side C, I have angle C, and I'm trying to find this side over here. So I know I'm going to need at least this last piece of it. So sine of 62 over C equals, and then I need to figure out what other information I have. So this 47 goes with this side, which I don't have. This 31 goes with this angle, which I also don't have. So we're missing a piece of information. Since it's not a right triangle, and I only have one side, there's no way I can solve for side B, okay? But I could solve for this angle, because I have two angles. I can solve for the third by taking 180 minus 47 minus 62, and that leaves me with 71, okay? And then I can use that for my other setup. So I can take sine of 71 and put it over 31. And then we have a proportion, so in order to solve a proportion, we just cross multiply. So 31 times sine of 62 equals C times sine of 71. Okay, I'm trying to solve for C. So sine of 71 is just some kind of a number, so I just divide by sine of 71. Those cancel out, leave me with C. Do the same thing over here. And then we need to type that in the calculator. So we have 31 times sine of 62. Make sure you're closing that parenthesis. And then divided by sine of 71. Enter. And we get 28.94. This 8 moves that 4 up to a 5. Okay, so 28.95. Okay, and we're done. So, next one on your own, I'd like you to find side A. So try that one on your own. Alright, so we had to find the angle A because we need the side across from it. That should have been 117. So our setup is sine of 117 over A equals sine of 36 over 31 because the side across from the 36 is 31. Cross multiply, we end up dividing by sine of 36 and we get 47. It was 46.99, but we'll round that up to 47. Okay? So, sometimes we're given a picture, and sometimes we're not. So, here, measure of angle B equals 35 degrees. Measure of angle C equals 95 degrees. And then side C equals 26. So, we just need to draw a picture. Okay, so it doesn't matter, A, B, C. So, you can label it however you want. If this is angle A, then this is side A, this is side B, and this is side C, so we're just going across. Okay, and then we just fill everything in. So angle B is 35, C is 95, and then side C is actually 26, and I would like to find side B. Okay, I have angle B, I need side B, I have angle A and side C, so we have all the information we need, I just need to set it up. So sine of 35 over B, because that's what I'm looking for, equals sine of 95 over the 26, okay? So we just match them up across from each other. And then I can go ahead and cross multiply. So 26 times sine of 35 equals B times sine of 95. Solving for B, so I divide by sine of 95. Sines cancel out. B is 14.97. Okay, so you can type that in the calculator. 26 times sine of 35. Make sure you're in degrees. I think I forgot to say that before. So make sure you guys are in degrees when you are solving these. Okay, because we're working in degrees. All right, let's try one of those on our own. Measure of angle A is 61 degrees. The measure of angle C is 14 degrees. Side A is 29. And I would like you to find side C, please. Okay, so try that one on your own. All right, so for the on your own, we draw a picture. Okay, we see that the 61 is across from the side 29. 14 is across from side C. So when we set that up, we have sine of 14 over C equals sine of 61 over 29. And then cross multiply, and we get 8.02. Okay, so side C is 8.02. Okay. So we will save example 3 for the next notes. That will be solving for an angle. So the next time I see you guys, we will do those. Please make sure you guys are reaching out if you have any questions, and have a great day.